I've got a new flash that I plan to use for street photography this year. This is the Zeniko ZA12, a small sit on a hot shoe flash. It's going to be great. This is how I'm going to use it. I don't always use flash for street photography because my flashes are too big and they make the camera top heavy and they're just a pain. This is going to be perfect. This is what I want, a little wink of light just to open up the shadows. Now when I do street photography, I'm shooting black and white film, up close, a little bit of flash on the hot shoe will be great. Now I have 6 film cameras, but they don't all have a hot shoe, which is weird. I really didn't think about it before, but I have 2 Hasselblads. They don't have hot shoes. My F3 doesn't have a hot shoe. The Leicas have hot shoes, and weirdly, my Rollei has a hot shoe, but I don't think I'll be using this on the Rollei. But on the Leica, it's going to be fantastic. This is going to be my setup to get started this year with street photography. So this is the M7. I have an M7 and an M6 TTL. The M7 has a 58 viewfinder, which is perfect with a 28mm lens or a 35mm lens. It's a little bit wider in the viewfinder, so that's a perfect setup for me for on the street. The lens I'm going to use is a Zeiss 28 2.8. I weirdly is the correct word for it. I weirdly have 2 28s. I don't have a lot of, well, I always think I don't have a lot of duplicate lenses, but it turns out I do have 2 28s, I do have 2 35s, and I do have 2 50s. So I guess I do have a lot of duplicate lenses. But my other lens, weirdly, is that Leica 28 5.6. It's a little bit of a strange lens, and 5.6 kind of can bite you. So I'm going to go with this 28 2.8. Now, would I give them all up for a Leica 28 f2? Yeah, I probably would, but I don't have that. 28 2.8. Now, the flash is on the hot shoe, so look how small this is. This is the whole thing. This is my whole flash kit. This is my street photography kit. This and a pocket full of film. That's all I need. Now, the flash, you charge it up, fire it up. It's going to add some light. Now, I'm going to shoot, not that it's my favorite film, but I'm going to shoot Kentmere 200 because I bought 20 or 30 rolls, maybe more than that, and I still have some I want to shoot off. So I'm going to be using 200 Kentmere, which I use at sort of like ISO 125, but I'm going to set the flash here for 200. And at 200, that's my ISO that I'm using, and I've got the flash set to f4. So if I was taking a picture with just flash in a dark room, up close, this is not going to light up the gymnasium, right? This is just a flash, a fill flash. But at f4, it's going to give me a little bit of light. But the key is not to shoot at f4. If the correct exposure is, f4 at a 50th of a second, because that's my flash sync. These cameras have a weird flash sync. At a 50th of a second, f4, and I add another f4 with the flash of light, then I'm going to be overexposed. So the key is to have the flash dialed down maybe 2 stops below what you're shooting at. So I want to shoot at f8 on the lens. f8 on the lens, and adjust the shutter speed so that f8 is the perfect exposure. And now when I add that f4 worth of flash, that little bit of fill flash, I think it's going to work out great. It's going to just fill in the shadows on my subject. That's what I want. I'm going to test it. I'm going to shoot some with the flash and some without the flash, try to do the same sort of scenario and just see. And some will be still lifes that I shoot on the street. Some will be with people. I'm going to play around with it. But I'm excited to be using this flash this year. Nice. Look how small that is. It just fits on there perfectly. Again, I don't have a lot of cameras with a hot shoe, but this setup I think is going to be perfect. And if f8 it's not bright enough in the world for f8, I can open up my lens and dial back the flash. I can dial back the flash and keep it on auto, or I can just go totally manual and I can dial down, I think it's to a 64th. So a 64th power, let's just see what that is. It's a little bit of light, it's a little wink of light. Oh, that'll open up the shadows. It's not gonna light up the building, right? It's gonna open up the shadows. If I'm doing a kind of like a portrait on the street, poof, a little bit of light in the eyes, fantastic. I've got total adjustment. Now, that manual adjustment is tougher to do with film than it is with digital. With digital, of course, you can see the results right away, and you can see that you're not adding enough light or you're blowing it all apart. But I'm excited to use this. This is the first new flash I've had in years. I'm excited. Look how small that is. It's not going to change how I shoot at all. This is just going to be fantastic on the street. And I've also switched from a strap to the wrist strap. I go back and forth on this stuff all the time. But look at this. This is going to be exciting. This is all I need to walk the streets of Toronto, take some photos, throw a roll of film in your pocket. You know what? I might even stop and get a coffee and take a picture of it, because I think that's what people do now. They have a coffee and they take a picture of their camera. But I'm also going to take some pictures with the camera, because that's what I do.